Yes.
All right,
Okay.
man. We here with Keith Cassio, man. He's been part of the movement for a while. Can you just give us your input on today's movement?
Yes. So it's January 7th. We're in Sacramento. I'm so happy to be here. It's a beautiful day, kind of chilly, kind of windy. Look, it's January, right? And we're here with at an event organized by CJEC, the Coalition for Just and Equitable California. A lot of folks here from Los Angeles. In fact, a lot of folks are from the 55th District in Los Angeles. Folks I see a lot in Leimert Park. Folks I see at the Center for Black Power. And it's just it's amazing to be up here in Sacramento at the state capitol doing the work that we always talk about in Los Angeles.
That's right. That's right. And what does reparations mean to you?
Reparations is the most honest way for the United States to address the history of racial exploitation. And it needs to be addressed in a way that starts to bring awareness, because most of the folks in the country, most Americans, are not aware actually of how violent, ruthless, and brutal the history of racial capitalism is. But I don't know if folks know that term, but what that is capitalism. By the way, I'm a proud capitalist Republican, okay? But when you bring racial exploitation into capitalism, it becomes something very bad.
Wow, that was deep. And what does reparation look like for Black people here in California?
It's the return of stolen wealth, right? If you look at the actual history of the United States, it's a repeated series of thefts from Black people. And it's simply the return of the wealth that was stolen to folks that earned it and their ancestors earned it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Mr. Keith Cassio.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm filming. So we all in here getting our grub on, you know. Before we get out here and we get started. Everybody's together.
I know what I see when I see the animals. The male is the leader, except for the hyena. The male is the leader, except for the hyena. I watch life. A lot of conversation. We got told you're doing a fantastic job as always, man.
Oh yeah, well thank you. I gotta make sure that I document everything. Yeah. Yeah. You have YouTube?
Yeah.
Let me, if you get your phone, I'll show you where you can find it.
Okay, let me stop this right here. Just getting into the legislators' offices and the staff, it's been very informative. And hopefully, in this lifetime, that we'll be able to receive just recompense at the hands of those who have sustained an oppressive system against us throughout our lifetimes, all of our lifetimes. I'm just looking forward to a brighter day.
I will say, let's do Bill first. Is that too much of a practice?
Just give me his room number.
Etienne already got an article going.
Who?
Etienne.
Yeah.
All
All right.
What happened? Etienne. I said we should go to Bill first. You don't want to
Reparations. READ, Reparations Education Advocacy Day 2025. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's official, y'all. And don't forget, man, this is the ghetto journalist here. Your ghetto journalist out of Southeast San Diego. Yeah.
What's Bill's room number? 45, something. All right, let's go to book. We're going to see Representative Bill Asaley right now advocate for reparations bills. Then we're going to see other assembly members, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, to advocate for reparations bills. Hello, Genoa. Hello, once again.
Yes, here's my wonderful group.
I need to see it. Where's this going to be?
Oh, it's going to be on YouTube.
Willie Armstrong, this is Laura Richardson, Chief of Staff.
We look forward to speaking with you at live.
Okay, sounds like
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. She was at my church a few months ago.
Where's she?
Faithful Central. That's all right. You don't know it's okay.
All right. We're going in, y'all. We're going in.
And how long have we been lobbying for? So this is next for us.
Yep. We have to have our own specific data category.
We have one. The state of California has one. So I was able, as an employee, to designate descendant of slave, but we need that national.
Right.
That's just a talking point. FYI.
These are the areas that he represents. All right. And again, this is the building where the people who represent us work. So every office is one of these. All right. It'll be assembly member or senator, or it'll be the governor's staff, etc. All right. So game plan is simple. I'm going to start it off. I'm going to ask to speak with member Asaley. If he's not in, we're going to ask to speak with somebody else in his office. I'm going to give the 1-minute overview of the policy and bills that we want this year. Then I'm going to ask the team here to speak about why you support reparations. The closer going to close us out, and then we're done. And after that, you're going to fly like birds, okay? And do this for everybody on your list, all right? You got about 9 other offices to visit before 4:30, before 5.
So we got to get it in out, y'all.
2:30, so you got about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, okay? 2 o'clock.
Let it out. One more.
Let's get it. Come on in. Hello. You welcome. Hey, let my team come on in here. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Come on in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on in. Chris Lawson with Coalition for Just and Equitable California is the member in right now. It's been about 5 minutes.
Not in right now.
Okay, is anybody else we can speak to? Chief of Staff, Director?
He's just on a phone call right now, but he'll be out in a second.
Okay. We'll wait.
Madeline.
Pleasure to meet you, Madeline.
Sharice, nice to meet you. Marina's actually our scheduler, so you might have spoken with her. You might have spoken with me.
I was sending a long email.
Okay, so that would be Marina, not me, but yeah, so don't get don't get mad at me.
What's your position?
I'm an intern.
Okay, welcome. All right.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get mad. We're not mad.
Okay. Well, he'll be out in a second. So
Okay.
I'll set it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
First thing I'm gonna do is thank Member Asaley for showing us love at the Capitol in August. Okay? Or his team for showing us love at the Capitol in August. And then we're gonna go right into our work. All right. Welcome to lobbying. All right.
And you should ask permission. Excuse me. You should ask permission.
Oh yeah. Ask him the guy who's behind us. I know he was paid like I see him.
You see him all the time.
Yeah, all the time up here. So they get paid to do what we doing right now. We ain't getting paid. We get paid our reparations. Okay?
Yes, we will.
Lobbyists make a whole lot of money.
They do.
And where you work for, yeah, absolutely. A lot of money.
Yes, they do.
I want you to know it's a lot of people rooting for us today. That's all I'm gonna say.
Good.
It really touched me.
Good to hear.
People that's been reaching out, even folks who are not eligible.
Yeah,
allies. Yes, they are. Yeah.
Shout out to that, man.
Covering us in prayer.
We
Good.
are all prayed up.
That's right.
In the name of
So
Jesus.
again, this is gonna be This is our practice run. And then after this, no worries, no worries. And then after this, you are all free to continue your work. Okay.
What's your name? What's your name?
That's Tremel. But we're here today to educate and advocate on reparations bills. I wonder if you had about 5-10 minutes to hear us out and hear what we are asking for this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what's your name?
My name is Dylan Davis. I'm Assemblyman Staley's Legislative Director.
Dylan. Okay, I think we might have met on the phone. I think we talked.
Yeah.
We may have talked right after the end of the session last
Yes,
time.
I think so. Yeah.
Right on. Well, first we want to say, please do extend our thanks to the Assembly member for his support for our bill that didn't get to the governor's desk at the end of the session last year. He was the only member of the legislature who even tried to introduce our bills, specifically on reparations. So first, please do extend those thanks. Today, though, we're here to educate and advocate on bills and policies that we want in 2025. We have a set of bills and proposals that we would like the member to either introduce or support. They include a bill to create a state reparations agency to help implement reparations, verify who's eligible for reparations, a bill and a proposal to create a reparations fund in the state treasury, money in the 25-26 budget. We know the governor just introduced his budget proposal last night, basically. And we want money in the 25-26 budget for reparations. We also want the member to support the allocation of the current existing $12 million that was in the 24 budget to either create the reparations agency or to support one of our other policy proposals. We're also interested in a guaranteed income direct payments program, as well as California returning the property that it took from Californians who are descendants of those who were enslaved in this country. We have a package that will drop on you too, and leave with you. But if you wouldn't mind, I'd like some of my colleagues to just speak a little bit about why they support reparations. Does anybody want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Dee.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you. And I support the reparations wholly. And because America created a fallacious ideology based on color. And enslaved Africans were transported, brutalized, murdered, and oppressed for numerous decades. And if that wasn't enough, the offspring endured a similar plight of violence, segregation, and deceit for centuries. I am one of those children that have survived. However, systematic racism has not ceased, but is ever more entrenched within the fabric of our entire nation. Reparations is necessary to right the ship that is sinking. Let California be the standard bearer by bringing bills to the floor that honor dignity and human rights for Blacks. Your actions demonstrate compassion and moral righteousness. We cannot change the past, but the future is absolutely within our control. Take action and put a bill to the floor, please.
Anybody else want to share?
You say you wanted
Wanna
to.
go
Yeah, well, for me, every ethnic group across America and in America has had access to institution, finances, and land. Black people are homeless right now. We are in prisons. We are being killed, and we live in food deserts. It's time that we get our reparations so that we can be in a race like everyone else.
What's your name?
My name is Craig Beckton. Thank you for hearing me out.
Anybody else?
I'm McKinley Robinson. I support reparations for the simple fact that Dred Scott won his case, took it to the Supreme Court, and then they reversed what he had won for the simple fact that he said he's an African. How is that possible that in this day and age it's a continuation of separating us by using a terminology that doesn't apply to us? That's just like the numbers. The numbers was black owned and operated. What did they do? They outlawed it and brought back the lottery. Marijuana used to be illegal. How many black men lost everything they had for marijuana while the state and the whole country gets paid for marijuana?
All right.
Anybody else? Sip?
Yes, just to assuage any concerns, this was the point that I wanted to highlight. Far too often, people have a belief that reparations, particularly cash payments, will be poorly spent or squandered. When resources are siloed to an individual and not a community, that isolation often results in poor outcomes. However, reparations are a collective financial healing, much like universal basic income. And most studies of UBI and like programs have shown a positive impact not only on the intended community, but communities in the surrounding of that community. So in short, reparations would be like a stimulus for the state of California and the nation as a whole.
Okay. And I'm gonna just jump in really quickly because I saw the meeting of Africans on the door. We believe that the member supports that legislation, and in part of our efforts in reparations, we as descendants have been trying to get a national designation, and so I'm supporting reparations so that we can lead to that kind of disaggregation, because we need it when it comes to data collection for us as a group of people to really see how poorly we are doing in this country, and also because that designation is also tied to the idea of having an American Freedmen Agency that will actually assess where we are as Californians and make sure that the reparations policies that need to be administered are going to be administered to like the state standard.
Right.
And that was the bill, Sharice, by the way. Thank you so much. I think we talked on email.
I think so, yeah.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you in person. It's always great to see everybody.
Yes. So
Is somebody gonna be here in a minute? If you wanna hang for, he has to come and go. He's at an appointment, so he'll be here in a second. If you wanna hang tight.
Yeah.
You wanna hang, yeah.
Yes, we do. He's our first visit for this group. So
He'll be here
I was
in
like,
1 minute.
good.
We have to run up to this other thing, but he'll be here, and then he has to run. So thank you guys for coming.
No problem.
Thank
So
you. Thank you very much.
So we did have a packet for you, and we wanted to show you for speaking out and reaching out. The bill that the assembly member was attempting to introduce was the agency that Friday mentioned, and so again, we really need to have that bill reestablished so that we can actually account for who would be eligible, and again, for that delineation, it's really important. So we brought some information for you all to look over. I know, like I said, I know you got my long email. So I would love to talk with your office more in depth, or you can reach out to us to have that further discussion. But we will wait for the assembly member. I have a hug for him if he's up.
Does anybody else want to share about why they support reparations?
Yeah, I guess I can share this a little bit.
What's your name?
My name is Kevin Warden Price, and as a community activist, out there in South Central, I've seen a lot of people, especially black people, die in the streets because they're homeless. In the last year, 2 years ago, we had a program where we were out in the streets and we were giving blankets and socks and all of that. We also had an organization that was helping people to, come out of the cold and be housed. So what reparation does is that reparation can wipe out all that. There's a lot of social stigma around homelessness.
Hold that thought, brother.
Thanks for the appreciation.
How are you? Hi. Nice to meet you all.
Thanks for being brave.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
We do what we can.
Good to see you again, brother. Yes, sir.
How are you? Good to see you. Thank you. How are you?
Wonderful.
How are you? Good to see you.
We're
last time
hanging out
in the rotunda.
Thank you. We're here. One, we just want to come just thank you for your work last year, at the end of last year. Of course, we're here to advocate for policies and bills this year too. We would love your support and love your.
We should talk. I mean, what are you guys working on for the year?
So we got a few things. One, we would love to see the stuff that didn't happen last year happen this year. And we also don't want to see what happened at the end of the year happen this year. So if there's an attempt to do that again, please do the same thing that you did. Please do the same.
We got your back.
Same thing. And we will have a second for you also, by the way, too, because we're missing a second.
Remember that? He knows all the rules now.
There you go.
We were busting our ass after like.
Do you mind? Do you mind?
Oh, no, yeah, please.
I
can take a picture of you all if you want.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, please.
I'm gonna just bust a couple while y'all talk.
So those are some of the things that we want to see, obviously, happen that this year, things that didn't happen last year. And then we also are looking for money in the 25 budget. So we want money in the 25 budget. We know the governor just introduced his bill, his budget proposal last night.
So we should schedule a sit-down meeting.
Okay.
This is kind of like impromptu.
Yeah.
You guys know who Corinne Rankin is?
Yeah, she's the name's familiar.
I would love to invite her to our meeting.
Okay.
Corinne's gonna be the new
The
chair
Republican.
of the Republican Party.
Oh, okay.
And she's got, yeah, I know she's got slavery in her ancestry, so
Okay.
she's very intimate
I
with
would
the
love
issue.
to, yeah, I would love to.
And I think just, you know, having her in the conversation, I think would be helpful for me as well.
Right on.
So why don't we'll set up a sit-down meeting.
Okay.
That would be
Right
great.
on.
You guys got lucky today.
Yeah, we know.
This is our first meeting.
It's our first meeting. So I was like, let's go to Bill's office.
Yes. You guys are always welcome here. And, you know, we'll be very transparent. I know that we'll agree on everything.
That's
we'll
fine.
That's all right.
you know.
This movement, as I was telling the family, this movement is a nonpartisan movement.
Yeah.
We got conservatives, Republicans, Democrats, progressives in this
And most
movement.
important is just, you know, mutual respect for
Right.
everyone and,
Right.
and like the way, I just felt that the way they treated, I don't care about the way they treat me, they treat me like that all the time.
Right.
But the way they treated you guys that last
Yeah,
time
it was
was just
horrible.
terrible.
It was
It was
bad.
awful. So, and now they put up glass, did you see?
I did see it. Yeah, I did see it.
Wait, they
Oh.
put on.
Wow.
In
At
the
the-
gallery, when you go, not in the rotunda, but when you go watch
Yeah,
on the
and-
floor,
yeah.
it's like you're like bandit barriers, you know, like they put these giant glass
man.
things.
But
It's see-through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. They just don't want to hear you.
Wow. But that was, we weren't even able to get up there.
I know,
the
that's
last
like,
time.
I know.
That was the,
I've
that
never
was,
seen that before because it's supposed to be open to the
that was
public.
the Palestinian
Yeah.
sisters. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So anyhow.
All right. Well, good luck with your meetings, and then
Are we huddling up?
contact. Yeah, you guys want
yeah,
to?
real
Yeah.
quick. Let's
Let's
go
do it.
plus one since our first,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Come on, let's get it. And get the picture right there.
I'm Friday Jones, but I'm also a commissioner for the City of LA's Reparations Advisory Commission. Reparations, for me, it's important because in that capacity, I've talked to a lot of other commissions across, municipal commissions across the country, and they are watching California. And so it's important to me in that capacity, but also as a descendant of persons who were enslaved in this country, to actually be able to have free thought, to be able to contribute to the economy in a new and different way. We are in a state that is the 4th largest economy in the world, and this is the place where if reparations happens, it is almost like a roadmap to what kind of boom we could have in this country. And we're at a point where the country needs it, in addition to the fact that we need it.
Anyone else have a quick point they
yes.
want to make?
Oh, okay, yes. Hi, I'm Dee. How you
Nice to
doing?
meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, I definitely feel as though we need reparations because it is possible to bring peace and unity when justice is applied. So although there is, first of all, there's only one human race, okay? But America created a caste system based on color. Blacks and African Americans, whatever you want to call us, are on the bottom of that system because the prejudice plus power created racism. Blacks have no power and we don't own much. We're only a population of 7% in California, but we have a poverty rate of 13%, an unemployment rate of 7%. We have the lowest household income and the lowest home ownership rate of any ethnic group. Blacks account for 26% of the homeless population, largely due to barriers in housing, unemployment, and credit and health. Gentrification is occurring rapidly in our neighborhoods. Where can they go? That's why you see vets on the streets. You see mothers struggling to feed their children. But with a cash outlay, those basic human needs will be resolved. Shelter and food, basic human needs, will be resolved. So I'm asking you to create the bill or support the bill and put it to the floor.
We have some closing remarks.
Hi, my name is Dee Sorrell. Most of my friends here are from the LA area. I'm from the Oakland, San Francisco, Berkeley, San Leandro area. So first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today. We'd love to give you a contact information so that we can follow up with you. We also have a package that we'd like to give you, your team, so that you can read about it. And again, we thank you for your time, and we will be in touch with you all. Do you have any questions for us?
No, if you have paperwork or handouts that you want to give to us, that'd be awesome. And then all our cards up there as well. So if you want to follow up,
more than happy to talk to you all on that kind of stuff. But yeah, the handouts are the most helpful for us so we can read through it.
Yes.
Awesome.
And have you read the Reparations Task Force report?
I've skimmed through most of it. I haven't gone as in depth as I need to. I promise. I will look through it. I promise.
Okay.
But
Check the Freedmen Agency
I'll
part.
take a pic.
That that's high priority.
Yes, yes, because we need to identify who's actually eligible, since this is not a race-based claim, it's based on ancestry. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and yes, you grabbed our card, so feel free to reach out to our office. I mean, as you see things being introduced, or if you want to flag anything for us, feel free.
Definitely, yeah.
Happy to take a look.
Thank you. See that right there? That would be somebody's job.
Right.
9 to 5.
Thank you.
No,
Yes.
there's even executive director full-time and staffing if it's approved, so, yeah.
And your office has been the best smelling office.
So much pride.
Same thing when I first came in.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you so much for coming by. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free to grab our cards up there.
Have a good afternoon. I got him.
Oh, you got to
Yeah, let me drop
Wait, you guys, wait, come back. We're gonna do, they said it's okay to take a photo. I'm not sure who's. Sorry, y'all, sorry. Whose phone we're gonna use, but.
Use yours, because you're the one that sends text.
Oh.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
You need to be in.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How do you wanna?
We'll have you all come to the front.
I'm happy to stand in the back.
Is it okay if I stand here?
All right, can we get?
Yes, let me take a picture with your beautiful face.
Thank you. Yeah, you short enough. You're making the window.
6320?
She's a new, Rhodesia's new, she's black.
6330.
Well,
Okay, it's going down. It's going down.
She could be from Africa.
Are they out?
Shande.
What are the chances?
They're not here.
Be back. Be
It
right
says be
back.
right back.
So we want to spin back
So what's the
around.
next one? What's the next one?
We don't have it, she was the only one on this floor. Yeah.
We can come back.
From our district.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Her
she
name
beat
is Shante, right?
Yes, she's,
she beat
She just got
ran against.
Didn't Akil?
She's
Wasn't Akili running? Didn't he run against her? Akili
No.
with BLM. Who did he run against? I thought he ran against y'all.
No, he ran it for school board in her district, but not not against.
Not against her.
I feel like she just moved to the district.
She did.
Yeah, she wasn't living in the
The
district.
whole thing.
Area.
Yeah.
The Democrats literally bought her out to elect
Mm-hmm.
to take that seat.
So,
And she was running against a Latino. It's a predominantly, I think, 70% Latino community, and
let's
he
go,
got a scandal.
Who y'all looking for?
let's go up to the area. She's right here.
Right here.
Sorry, guys. Which floor do you guys want to go to? So we can either go to any other floor we go to. There's going to be multiple people. So I suggest we just go to 5.
All right, let's roll. And then we just come back.
We'll just come back. Y'all
Build California's creative future. Matt Hayden.
See, somebody needs to bring up the special term for that we want to give to elders over 65.
That's
what we'll bring up.
Yeah.
I'm more advisors to the board of supervisors for Sacramento County.
Oh, really?
So I work with
Oh, you know? Oh, okay.
What? Oh, okay.
All are welcome and safe.
Hey.
Chair of Assembly Committee.
So,
Yeah, she's on aging.
he was mentioning, we had a thing about
All right, so I'm gonna take
elders over
Women
60.
are over 65, so that would be something.
Okay, so you wanna speak?
I'll say mine. Mine doesn't say.
Would you say something about accountability? She is chair on aging.
Aging.
Who does the one that says something about
That's the
Freeman over 60?
Yes, that's
Okay,
the
that's
opening.
Yeah, that's the opening. Okay.
You put what? Are you coming in?
Uh-oh. Slide through.
We're coming in. We're going to. Who's
Okay.
gonna be the closers?
You ready? Yeah, she was very good. Got her voice.
I know, so I'm going to rely on what this group,
3.
Okay.
Who we missing?
One of them.
We missing somebody?
You already?
Oh, well,
You ready?
let's go.
Welcome. Ready and
We
safe.
rolling. We knocking it out.
We gotta get this done.
There you go.
If I came with my true self, you think I'd be safe? And calling the police.
Nice to see you.
Oh my God.
Nice to meet you. My name's Adam.
Adam?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Kevin.
Nice to meet you.
What's your position?
I'm her legislative director.
Yeah.
We like them.
Do you have about 5 minutes?
5 minutes I have.
Oh, great.
Alright.
Oh,
It's
I was
not
like,
a
what
lot.
noise is that?
I don't know how to turn it off, so we're gonna have a little background noise.
Oh,
Hi there.
It'll just be
Hello.
about 5 minutes. Yeah. So,
Happy New Year. You're looking good, man.
You looking good too.
You mind? Everybody take a picture.
Like those kids?
my name is Cherise, and I'm here with a group. There are a lot of us today. Yeah, we're advocating for reparations, and there's 5 specific things that we are asking for this year. The first is a state agency to verify eligibility for reparations. So those who are descendants of American chattel slavery, with at least 5 years worth of funding for the agency, a reparations fund in the state treasury. We know the governor issued his proposed budget yesterday with no deficit.
That's right.
And there was $12 million set aside for an agency, and it's just sitting there. So we don't want that rolled back into the general fund.
We did that $12 million last year, right?
Last year. But because the deal was not moved forward, we would like that.
Sitting there.
Yes, it's sitting
That
there. We
part.
don't want, we would like that money.
Yeah,
And
that
so,
makes
yeah, additional reparations funding in the 2025-2026 year.
Okay.
And a guaranteed income program for our freedmen, as we like to call them, seniors over 60.
Okay.
We saw a lot of success with that, so UBI in LA and some of the other areas. And then policies to return or compensate American Freedom residents for unjust state-sanctioned property taking.
Got it.
So there,
That one was held up last year, right?
that was vetoed.
It was vetoed
because
by the governor.
agency was not there, and it was tied to the agency, so yes. So,
Why was the agency not there?
yeah.
You really wanna know?
Oh, you are. You know. I was actually.
Even the bird knows.
Right.
Yeah, so we do have some individuals here who would like to express why they're here to support reparations. And, okay.
I'm McCully Robinson.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm here to establish that we need to stop allowing the court system to change. Dred Scott won his case. Then they sent it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, no, you are not a man, you are an African, so you don't count. When is this going to stop? That when we have a success in what we're doing, they take and turn around and say, no success. The numbers, black owned and operated, it turned into what? Illegal. So what did they do right after they outlawed the numbers? They brought out the lottery. Marijuana, illegal. It's a drug. Let's take everything that all these black people done had and established and put them in jail. Take everything. But now, 2024, oh, hey, come on in. Come on in. Just bring your ID and smoke marijuana. And I ain't heard nobody yet talk about trying to compensate all them black men and women and children who lost everything when it was supposed to be a drug.
Just to dispel a common myth, my name is Brian Barnes, I'm from Los Angeles as well. Far too often people have a belief that reparations, particularly cash payments, will be poorly spent and or squandered. When resources are siloed to an individual like that and not a community, that isolation often results in poor outcomes. However, reparations is a reparative financial healing, much like universal basic income. And as we all know, when you study UBI and programs like it, they have not only tremendous impacts on the intended communities, but surrounding communities as well. So a reparations package would be much like a stimulus package for all of California and all of America. Thanks.
Can I just jump in? So I'm one of the primary caregivers for my grandmother who's 97 years old.
Oh, wow.
In the town that my grandmother grew up in as a child, it did not have a bus system. You fast forward 90 years later, it still does not have a transportation system.
What?
My grandmother picked peanuts as a child. My grandmother worked as a domestic. 1935 had nothing for her in the Social Security Act. And so when you kind of look at how our lives in terms of cumulative laws and cumulative effects, a lot of the wealth gap that we see today, you know, if my family structure wasn't what it is, my grandmother would be potentially homeless, potentially on the edge. And she has a safety net, but there are so many people who don't have a safety net, who come from the Great Migration and who have this culture that we have from the descendants' point of view that absolutely needs to be repaired. And I think the Freedmen's Agency is the best piece of legislation that really came out of that task force, and it's really important that that particular piece of legislation is moved.
Oh, sorry. Like Sister Friday said about her grandmother, you know, the way that she came up. I too believe in reparations. You know, I was born in the 50s, the late 50s, but a lot of my grandparents were the help. You know, they picked cotton, they sold, they worked in the house for someone, but then they went home and had to take care of their family. And my grandmother lived in Tennessee. Her husband died. I never met my grandfather, so she raised 9 children by herself. So first of all, we want to thank you for your time. My name is Gail Rich, and we say thank you for even taking the time to speak with us. We'd love to get contact information from this office so that we can follow up. We also have a packet that we would like to share with you from our team. Most of them are from the LA area. She and I are from the Oakland, San Francisco, Berkeley, San Leandro area. But it's important that we get the reparations that are due to us. So again, we say thank you from all of us. We will be in touch with you. And do you have any questions for us?
Which, are they gonna be 5 separate bills, or are they gonna be one bill this year?
So we are advocating, so the way the bills were last year, there were 3 separate bills. SB 1403, which the Black Caucus held that bill as a Freedmen Agency. They have not signaled that they would They have not, and that's the most important bill, because you cannot have things that you're calling reparations without attempting to call reparations without, again, identifying baseline who is eligible. Everyone's not eligible, right? So that's really the foundation that me personally specifically, I would like to see. And again, modeled after the Bureau of Indian Affairs. That's the model, right? And then the other bills, they have some that are similar. The bill to return property that was taken unjustly for racial purposes, but it's not specifically for descendants. Now it's for everyone, but it's a proposed bill. And those are the only 2 we saw besides preferred admission to the UC or Cal State for people who are descendants, but they didn't say what descendants. And also, I know that affirmative action is illegal in California, so we do not see that as a reparations bill. So we're advocating for, again, these specific policies, not.
The Black Caucus is not necessarily indicated they will be introducing each of these policies.
No, but if you want to be,
we don't need the Black
we're
Caucus.
supporting now.
Yeah, we need you.
Take that on. Don't let us stop you. Don't let us, you know.
We don't. The thing is, in my opinion, and I don't know. A caucus should not hold these bills hostage. You know what I mean? They're to better not just the Black community, but California. So, you know, I would love to see them outside of the caucus if they're not going to handle it. So yeah. That's why we're here. Yes, that's why we're here. So thank you. Do you have some?
We have cards right here. My name is Adam. If I have.
Well, one quick question, Adam. Have you had a chance to read the report?
I haven't.
An idea?
Well, we'll send you one.
We can send you
We'll send you one and we suggest reading it.
Yeah. Is the link for the?
No, we'll have to send it.
Oh, we'll send it to you.
And even if you can look at the executive summary, that would also be indicative of what's involved in the report.
You don't have to read the whole. It's over 1,000 pages. It's very It's
so the executive summary.
Very comprehensive.
We would definitely send you.
I always like a little light reading before bed. So.
There is also ETM Media, Sharice. we recorded it, so you can
See,
see it and
audio
listen
book.
to it.
Unofficial audiobook. Do you mind if we take a photo?
Please.
Okay, thank you. Gather around, everyone.
Come on.
Yeah, we're taking a photo. Okay. Look at
What's going on there?
I'm not doing this. I don't recognize.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time, Adam. It was so nice to meet you.
Appreciate it.
All right, yeah.
I know it's a long drive.
Yeah,
It was. Yes, it was. Yes. Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on, let me make sure. 6, right? Oh, hold on, let me make sure. Yes, we're gonna go 6. We rolling on the road again. Hey! Good job, Team 4. Y'all, hey! Smash it!
Smash it.
Like I said, once the rhythm starts
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
everybody know how it flows.
Going up.
Is he coming with us? Oh, he's okay.
He's going back to his group now.
He going. Is he leaving us?
You coming back?
You going up?
Getting healthy again. Listen to those doctors.
What type of heart medication?
In this case, you just go take his complaints. That's all you need. Okay, so twice. Yeah.
Twice a day?
Did you miss this?
Yeah.
This morning?
You missed this morning.
So you missed this morning?
Yeah, he
Or you
need
missed the afternoon? You missed this morning? Okay. So yeah,
Walking around.
Yeah.
You can take a. Is he on your team? Okay, so team, this is what we're gonna do. We're only gonna stay in Sade's thing 5 to 7 minutes. We'll come back out and check on him and take a break. Okay? Okay.
Who's gonna
But
be
you
with
probably
him?
should. You probably should. You probably should be done for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we probably should get you
Yeah.
back to wherever the bus is. You should probably get back to the bus.
I think the bus is gonna pull up in front, ain't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying he needs to get back to his medication. That's why I'm saying get back to the bus.
Well, who can make that happen? Jen or who?
No, he's gonna probably have to get a Uber or something back to the bus.
Do we know where it's at?
I'm saying he needs
Somebody got to call Chris. I'm pretty sure he know where it's at. Or
So he probably needs to
I don't know
Okay, my last question is, do we know where the bus is at?
Jan or someone else does. So I'm saying we are gonna do our last visit or whatever on this floor with Sade,
My
and
brother
then we'll come
over
back
here
out
is
and take a
not
break and
feeling
see if we can
good.
take care of him.
He didn't have his heart
And y'all are gonna be
medication.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're not gonna be gone.
They're gonna stay with him, and we got to get him to the bus so he can have his medication.
I'm just texting Jen.
Okay. Thank you so much for the audience. This is beautiful back. Do you mind if they take photos? Okay. So again, my name is Sharice. Again, we have multiple organizations here with us today. We've been advocating for reparations. So this year we have 5 priority policies. I'm not sure if you know California African Freedmen's Agency that was proposed last year. We're asking for reintroduction of that bill because we need to know who is eligible for reparations. Again, everyone is not eligible, so we don't want it to just go to anyone. So that is a priority bill for us. Also seeking 5 years worth of funding for the agency. $12 million was set aside in the budget last year for the agency, and nothing has been, the money's just set aside. So we want to make sure it doesn't get dissolved back into the general fund that's actually allocated for the agency, a reparations fund in the state treasury to support current and future funding for reparations, additional reparations funding for the next year budget 2025-2026, a guaranteed income program for American freedmen seniors. That's what we're calling the descendant community oftentimes. Those who are aged 60 and over, and then policies to return or compensate American freedom residents. So American Freeman residents for unjust state sanction property takings. Those are our priorities that we're asking for. Right now, we know the Black Caucus they have not indicated that they are going to reintroduce the Freeman bill. Again, that's the foundation that we need for what we're lobbying for. And for us, it's not a priority. We don't see why the Black Caucus should actually have ownership of reparations. Hold those bills hostage because this is something that's good for this state, not just for one community. And so we have.
So if I speak too loud, I'm shouting at you. I don't have any argument. So I want to tell you what reparation is to me. So as a Black advocate, reparations are deeply personal. They represent the repair of social reform that have left people like me descendants of slavery facing systematic barriers. I've experienced how racism and ableism intersect to deprive our communities of opportunity, resources, and dignity. Reparations means restoring what's stolen so future generations won't have to beg a system that were never built for it. California has the power to lead. As the fourth largest economy, investing in Black Californians, including those with disability, strengthen us all. Reparations aren't charity. They're overdue justice. This is our chance to repair, restore, and set a nation standard. Let's get it right.
All right. So, let's go.
Hi, and thank you again for taking the time to let us come into your office and speak to your person. We just thank you so much. We're all here for reparations for our own personal reasons. Most of the group is from the LA area. I'm from the Bay Area. Oakland, San Leandro, Castro Valley, Berkeley, Hayward, Contra Costa County, and Alameda County. So we'd love to get your contact information. We have a packet deal that we would like to share with you so that you can find out more about our organization. We appreciate, because we know how busy your schedule is. My reparations, my grandmother raised 9 children in the South. I never met my grandfather. He passed away when I was a baby. So my grandmother raised 9 children. She was the help, domestic. She sewed, she farmed, she shared with her neighbors. They shared with her. They live right next door to a church. I am a grandmother now. And so I didn't want to be a matriarch, but I am. So reparations is important to all of us, for our generation, the generations to come after us, and the generations that are here right now. So again, we thank you for your time. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, no, well, one of my questions was whether or not you guys had secured an author for the reintroduction, but it sounds like that's still something that's it's in the works. And so I think what would be helpful for us is when you do secure an author, if you guys can keep us aware of who that is, just so that we know to look out for the legislation moving forward.
And we wouldn't be opposed to the senator authoring the bill or introducing. Again, no one person. This is a community effort, and we are invested in allyship. There's no one person who this belongs to. Again, it's a community effort. I did have a question. If you all had reviewed or had a chance to look at the California Reparations Task Force report, because the recommendations are in that report.
Yeah, so last year I know there were several pieces of legislation that came out of that report, and so she was part of a lot of those discussions.
Okay, great.
And so
great.
has seen the report. We've been made aware and seen the report as well. But yeah, I know that there were some pieces of legislation. Some of the recommendations were made it through successfully, and so she's knows what the task force voted for the task force creation.
Great. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. That's very important and good to know. So I think that's all we have. We have some packet for you.
Yes.
You know, at the federal level, Sheila Jackson Lee, and I'm not a politician, I do accounting, but Sheila Jackson Lee championed HR 40 after Conyers stepped away from office, and Senator Conyers and Congressman Conyers, but because she owned that legislation, I found even talking to like Adam Schiff, talking to our legislators here, talking to Sydney Kamlager, like once she made it over to the federal side, like people go, oh, well, that's this person's bill. And so it's almost like if you want to amend, if you want to make a recommendation, if you want to make a change, I get the respecting the authorship, you know, someone else's work. But we are at a point right now, particularly because of what happened last year, where it's like the people, and we're the people that work with Dr. Weber, we're the people who helped write the legislation for the task force, and we're the people who attended like every task force message, to now have our black legislators say, well, we own reparations because we're black, but you now don't want to deal with the people that have been doing this for 5 years. That is a challenge for me just as a person. That doesn't make sense to me.
So if you don't, I just can't recall off the top of my head, what member authored that particular bill?
Senator Bradford.
Okay,
so
that's what I thought,
turned
it
out.
was turned out. Yeah, so, you know, there's nothing preventing, speaking on behalf of my office at least, you know, typically we do try to be mindful of authors. I think the first thing we'd ask is that author looking to reintroduce? In this case, with Senator Bradford, he can't reintroduce.
Right.
And so I think it is one of those issues that any member can take on and can modify based on their perspective and their take of the bill. So I think what you're doing in meeting with groups, letting folks know you're seeking an author, we're still considering legislation proposals, and so I'm happy to touch base and can circle back with whoever the appropriate point of contact is, but it's the right thing to be doing at this time. It's just folks still have until February 21st to introduce legislation, and so yeah, I think this is
That's what, and if you have questions specifically about the Freedmen Agency, there are several of us, specifically me, because I had a little bit of influence on the bill about what it's supposed to look like. Again, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, for me, that's a model. And we also have the BIA at the federal level, but it definitely influences the tribal agency and, you know, a lot of the tribal work that's done at the state level. So that's what kind of like what the agency is supposed to look like, just for a point of reference.
Okay.
You know, I think once you look at it from that context, when you know, there wasn't a lot of teeth to the agency, it was really just trying to determine who was eligible. But what the agency would look like, I think you'll get a better picture, a better understanding of what we were trying to accomplish with that. So.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah. We'll take a closer look. There was a lot of legislation I went through last year, so I don't want to pretend like I remember everything.
Yeah, it's okay.
So we'll look a little closer, and then if you have any follow-up questions,
sure. All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yes, it was nice meeting you. Thank you so much for your time. All right.
Happy New Year.
How'd I do?
You did good. You did good, man.
Come on.
I got you. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a great.
I know, the Capitol is right there. I know what that view is.
Who phone?
I'm gonna sit right.
Yes,
No, you gotta stand up.
that view.
Okay.
There's mine. That's why I said, and that's why I was wondering when we're going in the Capitol building. Hold on.
Oh well, it's unlocked.
They didn't
So.
say anything about Akila walking in.
Okay.
No credit.
Hello.
Whoa. When's that?
I got this nice view going on too.
Is there something I can do, or can I have someone?
Legislator. We're here to lobby for reparations. Yes. Thank you.
Quickly, because we got a bus.
Yeah, we're not gonna stay here much. We're not gonna stay here very long.
Where are you going?
We drove up from Los Angeles, most of us this morning, and we're headed back today. So, yes.
It's about 100 of us, but from Northern and Southern California.
Sure.
Splitting the load of the work.
I love that. Work as a
You
smarter.
They're trying to take over canals again.
canal?
We ain't got time to do. If he cut a check, I don't care who's canal. We
I
take
know
over.
the
Just
same.
just
Let it be known.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
It's gonna be right now.
Thank you.
I have a small office, but please make yourself comfortable. Thank you.
Them Panamanians different.
They
all I'm saying.
Listen, as long as they don't require them to go to war and they cutting checks for us, I don't care who's, because you know who's in Panama right now? If you
They're
go to
all
Panama,
over, first of all.
when you touch
I
down
just
at the
went. I just
airport,
went.
things are in
Oh wow.
everything.
They're all over. Especially Africa.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
You know what you were walking into.
No, I thought I'd take you into the chief's office, but it's too small for everybody. Are we okay for right here?
No, we're fine.
I
I've
heard
been
you,
doing this all
I was
day.
ear hustling and heard you all have other things to get to as well, so we won't have to be cramped in here for too long.
Hi, I'm Sharice. What's your name?
Sharice Shara.
Shara, nice
to meet you.
So we're a group of different organizations, but one heart, one mind, a lobby for reparations. There's 5 things that we have priority for, 5 policy positions. The first is a reintroduction of the California African American Freedmen's Agency.
Yep.
We don't currently have an author from the Black Caucus. I see you laughing. I know why.
No, I just, I'm not laughing. I bet it's been a long day. I apologize, and I apologize just like.
Listen, the bill was SB 1340.
I know it was.
1403, and that was my bill. So
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was laughing for a while too. It's all right. But 5 years worth of funding. That's what we're looking for. The $12 million was already set aside for the agency to run it for 3 years.
Right.
And
So there's been an allocation, the bill to authorize that just didn't pass. Okay.
The bill for the agency itself, the $12 million still. So we would like that $12 million not to dissolve back into the general fund. We would like it to go for the agency. And again, the agency is to determine. Foundationally, we need to know who's eligible for reparations because we ain't giving it to everybody.
Yep.
So a reparations fund in the state treasury to support current and future funding for reparations. Additional reparations funding for the 25-26 budget because we know the governor's budget was just, his proposed budget was published and there's no deficit. A guaranteed income program for American Freedmen seniors age 60 and over. We would like to prioritize seniors.
Give me one quick second.
Yep.
What was number 2?
Reparations fund in the state treasury.
Yes, the set aside fund. Okay, great
Yep.
fund for it. Thank you.
Yep.
Great fund for allocation.
Yes.
Okay. Allocation for seniors.
Like
who
the
fit
UBI.
criteria.
Yep. For our Freedmen seniors. And then policies to return or compensate American Freedmen residents for unjust state-sanctioned property taking. We have something we're going to meet with you.
Okay, no, that's great, but I also wanted to write it down because I read the article this morning and I'm like, I know what those 5 are, and then I was like, I couldn't write it down right now though. So if I write them down, perhaps I will commit them to memory.
So we do have 1 or 2 comments on.
Okay, well, hello, how you doing? My name is Craig Baker Jr. I support reparations because every ethnicity group in America, across America, has had access to wealth, land, as well as institutions. And Black people has been blocked for all 3. Me being a Los Angeles resident, I was homeless for 9 months. I just barely was able to get a place to stay because there's nothing out there. Oh no, it's fine. But our migrants friends came here and they had access to everything, and Black people was left out. There are so many Black people that's still out there homeless. They're dying. We don't have access to wealth. We live in food deserts, and reparations will help us just for us to just take care of our basic human needs like everybody else. And that's all I have to share.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Dee.
Hi, Dee. Shara.
Hi, Shara. Nice to meet you. And I have a few reasons why that I'm promoting reparations. One is during the COVID pandemic, Black people were hit the hardest. And they suffered the most during this recession period. We're still in recession actually right now. The wealth gap has expanded tremendously. Whites have earned 180, the average white family 180,000, whereas the average black family 24,000. That is such a discrepancy, is unbelievable.
I thought you were gonna say like 74, 20.
No. This has been statistics. This has been written in many different studies already.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. So, and you know, black people, we don't even expect the inheritance. We don't expect the college fund. Okay. We don't expect a loan for business. Okay. But those advantages, those advantages are an anomaly to black people. And why? Why? The mindset has to change. The mindset has to change. Lawmakers have to be courageous enough, okay, to repay the burden that they have put on black people specifically. So another thing is that science proves that we are 99.9% alike. Science has proved this. Okay, so there should be no discrepancy anymore about whether black people are human beings, because we are. So people need to have more empathy and heart.
Thank you. I appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you, Shar, for listening to us of what we had to say today. We appreciate it. We have some information for you that we would like to leave with you. If you have any questions, you can ask us. Totally appreciate your time, because you could have said, no, I don't have time. So that was a big plus for us. We're all here for reparations. They're from the Southern California, Los Angeles area. I'm from the Northern California area, Oakland, San Leandro, Hayward, Berkeley, that area. But we're all in this together to see reparations, things that were stolen from us. We want it back. And we are not going back. We are going forward. So we thank you so much for your time. Do you have any questions for us?
If you all have a newsletter or anything so I can get regular updates about what's going on, I'd like to hear what the caucus says they're going to do about the ability to support these proposals this year. That kind of quick information would be really important to me so I can remember what's going on and stay ahead of it.
So Coalition for Just and Equitable California, I believe, sends out regular updates. I don't know.
CJ-official.org.
We have some information that we'll leave with you.
Okay.
We need to get your information.
We don't have cards yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we just got here. New senator, so yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Wonderful.
No. Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
you're fine. You're fine.
Give me mine.
I'm flexible. It's fine. Okay, closer just to California. Okay, so I'll get on there and see if I can get myself signed up in order to get updates.
And then was your office able to look at the task force report? I know it came out.
I read the overview. I'm sorry. It is the other day. I was like, have I read all of it, bro? No, should I? Of course I have, but I have not.
No,
I've
but
gone through the summary and understand the things that we prioritize to be
That's wonderful. Yes.
legislatively attended to in this and the next year.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
Because some people haven't.
Even looked at it.
And some of them we can tell, they're like, no, I read it. And they're like, okay.
Lies.
But thank you so much for actually looking at it.
Yeah,
So, again, all the information is in there. If you have any questions, we will be in contact. Thank you.
Okay. I used to work for Senator Wicks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was on top of things. Yeah, for her. Yeah. Yeah.
Can we take a picture?
Yeah, definitely.
Representing several organizations, advocating for reparations in the Assembly brand.
He is not in. Do you guys have an appointment?
We don't. We're just doing drop-in today. Anyone, the chief of
You can
staff?
talk to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
your? I'm sorry.
I'm a legislative aide.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice to meet
Perfect.
you. Thank you so much. So
Yeah.
we're just here again to advocate for reparations, and there are 5 things specifically that we are advocating for. We do have some materials we're going to leave with you, but policy positions, we're looking for a state agency to verify eligibility for reparations.
Okay.
Anyone who is a descendant of American chattel slavery.
Okay.
A reparations fund for the Treasury. We know the governor just put out this proposed budget, and there is no deficit, and it was $12 million set aside for a reparations agency that still has not been used yet. So we're asking for that money to be allocated. Okay. Guaranteed income program for those who are over 60, who are also descendants of Americans who oppose slavery. Okay. And also a bill to return and compensate American freedmen residents for unjust property takings. Oh, okay. Yes. So we have some of our
descendant of a Cherokee freedman.
No.
Cherokee freedman.
Listen, she and I actually have done some YouTube videos on that.
Oh, really?
So
That's
the agency proposal is supposed to be modeled after the BIA and the state tribal agency.
Oh, okay.
So it's good that we're talking to
I know,
you.
it's just kind of funny. I mean, because my family was doing family tree history stuff for a long time. Do you know, like, stories float around in your family tree?
Yes.
And then we found them, like, whoa.
Wow.
This is interesting. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, this is interesting.
We do have some of the community who wanted to come and express why they are supporting reparations.
Right. Well, my name is Kevin Warden Price, and congratulations on that. Actually, do you mind if we take a picture? Don't take a picture?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
But my name is Kevin Warden Price. I'm with a community activist movement in Los Angeles. And one of the reasons why we would like, to consider these bills and our requests is because there's lives that's being lost in the streets of LA. You know, we have baby Yara who died approximately a year and a half ago over by LAX. We have a list of about 9 people, from the black family who have died, you know what I'm saying? And so we have people out there that's homeless, who are mothers, they have children, and they're just suffering, and the city is doing the best they can, but they haven't been able to bridge the gaps and so forth. So, to me, the work that I do is like, that would relieve so much pressure, so much suffering that's happening out there on these streets. If we look at our economy, we are, population. In Los Angeles County, we are at 9%, they say, of the population. Now, that has gone down immensely. Reparations would help not only to stabilize those who are fighting for their position in Los Angeles and throughout California, but it would also allow some people to return to their home, because a lot of people have had to leave California as a result of the financial situation and so forth, So reparations would help economically. It would help people that's out there maybe involved in crime, that's being murdered by the system. We have to always pay attention to that. So reparations helps in all that. So we're looking for that check. I think you said that already. We're looking for that check. We like other services too, but we need that check because that check will alleviate a lot of problems that the state of California is having, especially with this population of black people in which we've been marginalized and so forth. Thank you very much.
Anyone else want to share?
Yes, I am McKinley Robinson. I feel that we should have reparations for the simple fact Dred Scott won his case. Then they sent it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court informed Mr. Dred Scott that you are not allowed to win because you are an African. Just like they told all the black men that you're not allowed to sell marijuana because it's a drug in 2024. You can sell marijuana. Just like the numbers in the 60s was run by black men, but it was told it was evil and disrespectful and dishonest. So what did they do? They outlawed it and turned around and brought out the lie. It's time for us to be paid for our creations and stop being told that we don't create nothing. Stop changing what we create and acting like we didn't do nothing. Reparations is for us to stay in America. Why is everybody acting like we gonna get the money and leave the country? It's gonna stay right here, so the economy is gonna blow up. Because I know I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna stay right here and spend my money right here. Yeah.
Have we all shared? Okay. Thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it. Is there any way we can get some contact information for you so we can continue the conversation in the future?
I have my you can stay right here. It's okay.
And did you have any questions for us, maybe?
Yes. If you do have any questions, we have a package for you that hopefully will address any questions, and it also has our contact information.
Okay.
If you'd like to get in touch with us. And Terrence has the
He has a packet for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
More information on how to get in contact with us.
Did you want my card? Which one of you?
I have
Oh, you
it.
have it?
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
And I think we had
any group to one, it's all good.
Thank you so much.
I have a lot to go around.
She's like, I just got new cards.
Take a card.
Say get rid of them.
Stage paying for them.
Anyone else need one? Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for stopping by and appreciate you sharing. And
Before we leave, please, by any chance, have you had a chance to read the reparations report, the task force?
Is this what is in here
No,
or okay?
But we can send it
I
to you.
did read a lot. When did it come out? Did it come out like last year?
2022.
Yes. So I did read a lot of different reports because I do staff my boss on budget. So yes, I have been very acquainted with this.
Great.
So, yeah.
I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah.
So, Cherokee Freeman, stand up with us, American. I'm gonna leave this room right here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you. All right, y'all. Good
Now let me get that number, man. I mean, here's my number.
You did a good job.
Yeah, you did do a good job. Thank you. Yes, you did.
Might be closer, but we're on this side.
See, that's my whole thing.
What's that?
We should have a well-organized logistics meeting. We took all the 6th floor, somebody took all the 8th floor, somebody took all the...
Okay.
Next time.
I just want to say, notice the door, yes.
Hold on. Whoops, sorry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, my brother.
Oh, this is a senator. Who is this?
This is Senator Catherine
Okay, I know, right?
Blakespear. Blakespear.
Y'all, this is important.
Budget and finance.
Fiscal review.
Budget.
Oh,
Joint
yeah.
Committee Fair Allocation, Classification.
Housing, Human Services.
Climate change.
So this
Constitutional amendments.
So this person is probably lobbying for all of the executive orders that the Newsom administration wanted to Trump-proof the. So we need to remember. So we need to bring up that we were not included in this. In we want to be included. We're Californians too. We want to be included.
Included what?
The governor had some priorities that he wanted to prioritize to Trump-proof the.
Oh, yeah, right, the Trump-proof.
So environment, abortion, all of these, but guess who was missing?
And also the immigration too.
We were missing.
Well, I see, I know.
So I'm just saying, just to.
We were missing.
We're missing.
Got
We're
you,
missing.
got you.
Yes, now, yes. So just to FYI. So this is senator.
This is senator.
We're here to see the senator. The senator's available.
I have her, actually, I have her and my whole ledge crew in a meeting at the moment.
Oh, wow.
It's their legislative meeting to go over all the bill proposals so far.
We're just doing drop-ins and we're just here to talk about some bills that we would like reintroduce.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, don't have staff, but I'm happy to take that information and share that with our legislative director, Samantha. I don't think we have her card yet.
Okay.
Good luck finding a spot. I know I spread
you.
all over the place.
No, you're in
But
VIP. You have to.
Oh, that's true. I'll put it in line with Sam's.
Yeah, this is the.
What do you mind? Do you have 5 minutes? Come on now.
Sure. I'm happy to hear you. I'm your scheduler.
Yeah, but I'm happy to hear you. Yeah, since they're dealing with legislative, policies this year, there was some deal. Do you mind if?
I actually don't. I don't like photos.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the team.
So there was some deals that we're actually on insurance prior again.
Okay.
Where there are several organizations here with
What
us.
is the team? What is the group?
We're multiple organizations but under the umbrella of Coalition for Just and Equitable California.
Okay.
So we're here to advocate essentially for reparations.
Okay.
And there were some bills that were on the table last year that were pulled back. So we're seeking. the votes were there and some things happened, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yes, some things happen, and so
Okay.
we're just here to advocate, because, we noticed some of, the items on the senator's door, and some of the priorities for California right now do not include Black Californians, specifically our community, which are descendants of American chattel slavery.
Okay.
So we're advocating for 5 things: reestablishment of the Freedmen's Agency. That was one of the bills that was up last year,
Okay.
to determine who would be eligible for reparations,
Okay.
specifically those of descendants of chattel slavery. Allocation of, for reparations funding in the budget. We know that there $12 million that was set aside last year, and it's just sitting here like, oh, now it has not moved. So we don't want that money put back in the general fund. We want it for the agency.
Right.
Additional funding for reparations for the 2025 year. We know the governor has a proposed budget, and there's no deficit. And there's some money that's allocated to items that, again, Black Californians, specifically descendants, are not included in those priorities or even considered. And because they told us last year,
Okay, yeah.
they told us last year there was no money.
Yeah.
Even though,
Yeah, they were in a deficit.
yeah, they were in the
right,
deficit.
yeah.
So then now,
Yeah.
there's ways to get without increasing taxes.
Okay.
A guaranteed income program for, we call the descendant community freedmen, a lot of us are calling them
Okay.
freedmen. For those who are over 60, and policies to return land that was taken unjustly because of racial reasons.
Sure.
So those are the 5 things that we are advocating for.
Sure.
And again, if you have time, we just have 1 or 2 people who are going to express why they support reparations, why here a lot of us came up from LA. And so
One of our great misnomers that we like to dispel is far too often people think that reparations, and particularly cash payments, will be poorly spent or squandered. But when resources are siloed to an individual and not a community, often we can see poor outcomes. But reparations, however, is a financial healing reparative program, much like universal basic income.
Okay.
And what we do know is when we study the effects of UBI, they have tremendous positive inputs to the intended community, but also the communities around it. So a reparations program would basically work as a stimulus program for all of California and all of America.
one other person.
Sure. My name is Craig Beckton Jr. and I support reparations because every ethnic group in America, across America, has access to land, wealth, and institutions. And we saw that last year with our migrant friends that came in, and with the homeless crisis. Well, it was not homeless no more. They call it unhoused, but for all our migrants that came here, they consider them unhoused. But there's thousands of Black people, including myself, recently just getting a place to stay, but homeless for 9 months. There was nothing that I wasn't included in anything. And none of the Black people that's homeless right now in Los Angeles, in California, were included in anything. So it would have been great to be a part of that. And it would be great for us to get reparations so that we don't have to worry about those things. We can take care of our basic needs.
Okay, Ms. Gay.
Hi, my name is Kay Sorrell. Most of my friends are from the LA area.
Okay.
And I'm from the Oakland, San Leandro, Berkeley, San Francisco area. But first of all, we want to thank you for even taking the time to listen to what we had to say today. Unfortunate they're not here right now, but at least you accepted us to let us say what we had to say. So we just wanted to thank you. We'd love to get your contact information if possible. We also have a package deal that we would like to leave with you so that you could read about it and understand a little bit more. We thank you so much for your time because you could have said no, but you're not available right now.
Thank you.
So we do appreciate it. And as far as the reparations go, my grandmother raised 9 children by herself. I never met my grandfather. He passed away when I was a baby. So my grandmother was the help. She sewed, she cooked, she lived right next door to the church, and so she provided food and had a garden, and that's how she raised her family. So in 2024, 2025, we want what's owed to us, all of us, so that we can continue to give to our children and our grandchildren what's due. that we never received. So again, thank you for your time. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't know the details of, I've just heard of the movement. But I'm not one to speak to the details.
By any chance, have you guys read the report?
I'm sure what my legislative staff has. I'm her scheduler. I handle her calendar and the administrative parts of the office. So I don't really go in too deep into legislation. But I know this was a big discussion last year. And she does sit on the budget, so I'll be happy to take that information.
And we went through appropriations twice.
I believe
and
you.
went all the way.
I believe you.
finished
There was a lot of
on
stuff
it.
going on last
Yeah,
year. A lot of stuff.
And so what we'll do is that we're gonna get in contact with you. We're also gonna send you some links that you can easily review the report as well. We say it's on audio.
We have this audio version.
I know. I think I was emptied out and they
Oh yeah?
Here I am.
Thank you.
I'm putting it.
And who's the,
So our legislative director, that's probably the person I'm gonna share the information with, is Sam. She just recently started those, so she doesn't have ours.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem.
So what about the policy in it too? No?
Again, my name is Sharice Pryor. So we are various different organizations we came together on Heart with Mine. To lobby for reparations. And we have 5 policy points that we are advocating for today. The first is a state agency to verify eligibility for reparations. Those are people who are descendants of American chattel slavery. Specifically, the agency bill, SB 1403, Bradford's bill was
you know it, you smiling, you know.
hold on, let me see that.
I've only heard very, very little. I haven't had a chance to really kind of get into that. Another thing I've kind of just heard on the side is that the governor offered money to start the.
So there's $12 million set aside. So we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So there's still $12 million set aside for the agency.
Okay.
And if we would like that money to be allocated back to the agency, but what we keep hearing is that there's no senator, no assembly member who has offered to introduce the bill, and the Black Caucus does not have it on the agenda for this coming year. And that's why we're here to advocate. We would like to see SB 1403, me specifically, because I helped to inspire the bill and kind of craft some of the idea behind it.
Okay.
So I would love to see it, me personally come up, but again, as a group, that is what we're advocating for. Also, a reparations fund in the state treasury. We know the governor just issued his preliminary budget, and there's no deficit in his budget. And again, that $12 million for the agency that was set aside is still there.
Okay.
So we would like a fund in the treasury to support current and future funding for reparations. Number 3 would be additional reparations for funding for 2025-2026 budget. A guaranteed income program for our freedmen seniors who are over 60. And number 5 would be policies to return or compensate the American freedmen residents for unjust state sanctioned property takings such as eminent domain.
Okay. Do you have a copy of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have some
I'm trying to
literature
keep up with them
that
notes.
we'll give you, yes,
Okay,
before we
perfect.
part, and then we have some people who would like to share why they're also here.
My name is McKinley Robinson. I live in Los Angeles. I feel, and I'm representing reparations for the simple fact that it's time for the U.S. government to stop disrespecting the black man by changing the rules. Dred Scott won his case. Then they sent it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, no, you can't win because you're an African. Yeah. The numbers was a illegal number game run by blacks. So what did they do? They outlawed the numbers, and then 5 to 10 years later, they came out with the lottery. Marijuana, they destroyed. How many black men's lives did they destroy? How many black men's lives have been destroyed, whereas in 2024, no black man is in the marijuana business, but they, the ones who put all the black men in jail and destroyed everything they had, they making all the money.
made it legal.
And then the worst of all thing is, they keep saying something about we gonna get the money and squander it. Excuse me, if I get my money and I squander, where am I squander it at? Right here. It ain't leaving the country. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? They just can't see a black man have money.
And
Long as
sure
I'm
money
saying
to do
they got
whatever you-
exactly. If I destroy the money gonna be destroyed in the United States of America. It ain't leaving the country.
But statistics actually show the opposite, that we spend our dollars the same places and the same percentage everybody else does. Just because of the racial wealth gap, that impacts our budget more, but we spend our money for the most part wisely. Did you wanna share anything? That since you are a constituent?
Oh, you are a constituent. That has precedence.
You know
Sorry.
what? Because I followed Senator Bradford for a long time. Okay, so I was there at one of the meetings that they had in Los Angeles at the African American Museum, and I have the draft of the Reparations Task Force book. Did you get a chance to read
I
that?
did not. I'm actually just coming back to the bill. I've
Okay.
been gone for a few years,
Oh,
so I'm
please,
just coming back.
please,
So
please
I
engage
will-
in that. 'Cause
Yes.
it's powerful. It's powerful. I mean, it's so on point. I mean, every single entity of systemic racism was covered in that book. Okay, in that report. And so we don't need any more studies.
No more.
We don't
No
need any
more.
studies. It was very thorough, and it was with a diverse group of people. Very diverse group of people. Okay, and the task force went around the state, so not just in one section, but everywhere they went around. Okay, so he put his heart and soul in that personally. He did for us, and to have it squashed the way it was is a slap in the face, and that's why I'm here. You know, I'm an elder. I shouldn't have to come here and do something like this. But the way that it went down, our own people rejected it. That's what made me pissed myself. That's what made me pissed. And so that's why I'm down here to promote it, to be re-established in a different way by new people like Mrs. Richardson, by new people who see the vision, and know that we deserve, and it is owed. It's not a beg, it's not an ask, it's not a plea, it's not any of that. It's we deserve and we're owed.
That's right. All right.
One more.
If I'm speaking too loud, let me know.
No, you're
because I'm
fine.
deaf and I
No.
don't have value moderation.
No, you're totally fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what reparation means to me? As a black and a deaf advocate, this fight for reparation is deeply personal. I've lived struggles of being doubly marginalized, facing racism as a black man and barriers as a late deaf individual. I've seen how the legacy of slavery systematically oppresses continues to affect our communities, from homelessness to poverty, and how inaccessible systems often leave disabled people like me further beyond. Reparations aren't charities, they're long overdue debt owed to people like me and my ancestors. Growing up in South Sacramento, I've witnessed resilience in the face of these struggles, but resilience alone isn't enough. California, with its power as the fourth largest economy, has the chance to invest in Black Californians, including those with disabilities, so we can build generational wealth and strive without asking for scraps. This is personal. I'm here not just for myself, but for my ancestors and my community. Reparation means repair, restorations, and opportunity to thrive. Let's get what's owed with interest and make history.
Amen.
Let me get some of that answer. I love it. Thank you. One thing, is it possible the book that you're talking about, is there copies out there or is it online?
It's both.
Both?
Yes.
Okay, can
Yes.
you, I'll give you my email. Can you send me the link to that, please?
Yes. And it's important for you to read it. So
Yes.
I'm the commissioner, vice chair of the Los Angeles Reparations Commission. And for some of the recommendations that I personally am writing, they're coming from what was discovered specifically about Los Angeles in the report.
Okay.
The LAPD is very complicit in our research, which is separate from the state's research. The FBI is complicit in COINTELPRO in Los Angeles, and so is the county through the DA's office. And so LA as a city, not the state, but as a city, the complicity goes through multiple layers and levels of government. And so you are talking to the advocates who worked with Dr. Shirley Weber, who were at the hearings, who championed, who were really vested in this. And for us to get Senator Bradford's bills and to help champion and help author, co-author, whatever, make recommendations that he took in as a legislator and try to do something as he was exiting that was very powerful, that hasn't been done in this country before, to pass through appropriations on the Senate and the Assembly side. It was very hard. August 31st was hard for us. And that's why we're here today.
What's your email?
It's Lisa, Lisa, .orr, O-R-R, at sen.ca.gov.
I will send it to you
Please,
as soon as
thank
we
you.
touch down. Thank you so
Now,
much.
just a
Oh,
quick
sorry.
question. You're saying, I know the Black Caucus, they've been having a lot of meetings and, schedules and everything. So to say, and I'm just speaking from me, not the senator, that you're saying nobody has kind of touched on it yet. I don't know if it's coming up in the future in some of these discussions. I can't say until I go on a couple more of these Zoom calls, and I know they're talking about doing their pill package. So it could be in there. I don't know that yet, but I definitely will keep an eye on it and also let the senator know the passion and that I met with you guys and kind of see what's going on. And how many of the Black Caucus members have you met with? So
We met with every legislator today.
Just about, we still need to meet with Sade. We're gonna split up real quick before we leave here today, because we have 2 more offices to go to, but she's the last person, but every caucus member has been reached today.
Every caucus member, every legislator, senator, assembly member, whatever title they have, we met with them today.
What is the other officers saying, if you don't mind? Are they saying
They're
that they just
asking
don't know?
They're asking who's
gonna be
who's gonna honor the
So
bills.
nobody kind of
will be
knows
the-
yet.
who will be the
Okay,
sponsor.
my name, number?
Yes.
Okay.
We know y'all just got back
No,
to
that's
work.
for you. He was giving you that.
Oh, the folder.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's yours.
Oh, thank you. Okay, sorry about, thank you.
You will.
Okay, so that's good to know. Like I said, they are still in meetings. It's just, this is only their second day back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know y'all just getting.
So.
And the new people, we know you all are trying to, staff people.
We just got fully staffed this week. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been really, this has been a very hard, new session coming with staffing. Some of the people didn't even have committees didn't have chairs. They don't have staff. So it's definitely.
Did I want to take on the chair?
A lot of the new members coming in from the
Oh, I see.
So it left a lot of staff, or
Yeah.
they just didn't have,
Yes.
or it wasn't, staff that did come in.
Yeah.
Didn't realize
Right.
what it really takes to work in this building. I've been here 17-something years, off and on, so I know what it takes for some of these.
Thank
new
you for your
people.
service.
Oh, thank you.
Were you with Senator Bradford?
I did work with him briefly, but not this last, when he first came to the Senate.
Okay.
Only for a few months.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I went back to regular state
Okay.
agency,
Okay.
so, but yeah, I'm coming back. But I've worked with Laura also when she was in the assembly.
Yeah, she was.
So, yeah, so it was 3 of us, Tracy that you met,
Okay.
and Mr. Armstrong who just walked by, he's our chief. We were the first 3 to work with her on the assembly side, so we're all back with her, so she has good staffing, people she knows and trusts, so yeah, we're definitely glad to be on board, and she's, she's willing to work
She's
hard.
willing to work.
Yeah.
I couldn't know I was outside of this, but if I could.
Yeah, it wasn't a nice one.
That was one to watch.
Yeah,
It was very continuous.
and I'm still learning.
All right, man. The Ghetto Journalist is here live, man. We just got done wrapping everything up. Man, what a wonderful day. Everybody's out here, man. My brother. Tell me, man, how you feeling about today, man, about this outcome?
I'm feeling like it's the beginning of something great. I feel like there's gonna be more to come, and this is God's work, and great things take time. I'm excited to see where things go from here, and to continue to provide that education and advocation to make sure that all of the people that have the responsibility of reparations are doing what's in the best interest of our people. So that's how I feel about where we're at. It just buckle up because it's gonna be a ride ahead.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, brother Billion. Man, how you feeling about the outcome of today, man?
I think it was great. You know, we came out in numbers. We were able to divide and touch the majority of the legislators, black, white, Latino, Asian, Democrat, Republican. And it really seemed like some of them knew we were here and were avoiding us. But they're gonna talk about it, and they know, you know, we turning out numbers. Last year they were saying it was too small of a group. But now they see more of us are finding out about it and serious about it. So, yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Sister, my sister Cherise, can you just give us your thoughts about today, man? About how you feel about it?
I think today was the first of many, but this was more importantly a historical moment. There were a lot of people who have been watching this movement. A lot of people texting and calling me today. A lot of people posted comments on my Facebook page that they were praying for us. Thank you for doing the work. People who I didn't think were paying attention are now tuned in. So again, this is the first of many. This is a God-led movement. This is the will of the people, and it might not get done today or tomorrow, but it's gonna get done. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Telling your story and being vulnerable.
Thank you.
I think that was very helpful, and I look forward to the next event.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, man. So we here. I'm trying to find. Where's Brother Chris?
Hey, everybody come back to LA on the bus. We have to walk back to the Capitol.
All right, man. First of all, man, can you just let them know who you is again, man?
Chris Larson, lead organizer, advocate with the Coalition for Just and Equitable California, which is California's first, only leading statewide grassroots organization born for reparations, for reparative justice for Black American freedmen who live in California. Oh man, what a day! What a day! All right, powerful day. Shout out to everybody that came out today. 27 organizations supporting today. So many people. Press conference, had a bunch of press out here. We did a bunch of lobby visits and talked to legislators. Just amazing. Shout out to the brother Craig doing and brother Tariq doing the social media. Fantastic day. You see, we out here in the nighttime. Right?
Yeah.
You see, we out here in nighttime, right? 12-hour day already. Big love. Thank y'all for real.
Okay. In any last closing remarks about this historic day?
That's a lot, man. First, about how proud and honored I am to be here, and proud I am honored to be among people like yourself and like those of us who are here today. I think that's the first thing that's coming up for me. The other thing that's coming up for me, just real talk, is how much we need to do more of this. I was just telling the family what we did today in one day, and for one day, people are doing every single day in this building. So what we did one day today happens every single day in this building. Every day there's a group up here talking about what we want and what we should get and what, etc. So also what's coming up for me is the need to continue to do this, and we absolutely will.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Thank you, my brother. What an amazing day. I'm just happy to be a part of this historic event. And, you know, we love you. We appreciate you. And we're going to make sure that people like me be more aware of this.
Yeah.
From my generation on down, and your hard work and everything you have done, it will live beyond this and surpasses, man. Thank you again, my brother.
Brother,
Yeah.
thank you, brother. And listen, let me just say real quick, shout out to the new black media. All right, brothers like yourself, Tariq, everybody out here doing new black media work. We would not be successful getting this far without you, and we're not gonna get to where we're going without you. And that's real shit. All right, please take some time over the next few days. Do something special for yourself, cause you earned it. All right.
Okay.
We put in big work for our ancestors today, and we would not be this successful without the new black media. And I can't wait to see y'all again soon. You heard?
Yep, that's right, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Much love, man. Much love, man.
Love, God, for real. Let
Yeah.
me say about to the people.
Story you will only see here on KCRA3. An unlikely pair is joining forces in the fight for reparations in California. The Democratic leader of California's Reparations Task Force, Camila Moore, and Republican Assemblymember Bill Asaley are working together to establish the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency.
It's supposed to be the main starting point for the state's reparations effort. California Democratic Legislative Black Caucus at first pushed this before blocking the effort last year with little explanation. KCRA3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala sat down exclusively with Chair Moore and Assemblyman Asaley, and here's the story.
I just want to ask you how you think people are going to react when they see you two sitting together in this interview.
Shocked. Yeah, to say the least.
I don't know why people would be surprised. I mean, in my office here, we work across the aisle when possible. We work with all members of the community, so it's not surprising to me, but I could see how it could be surprising to others.
Yeah. When did you two start working together, talking?
We met end of session last year. Ms. Moore and several others were in the gallery there, and they were being denied access and entry onto the Assembly gallery. I've never seen that before. And I just started talking to them, finding out what's going on, and really, I just felt it was a true injustice. And that's when our conversations started happening about, you know, where they're coming from and what they're looking to accomplish.
The California Reparations Task Force, we were a legislative advisory body. So our primary duty was to advise the state legislature, the entire legislature, not just the CLBC, but the entire legislature on the types of proposals, reparations-related proposals that they should introduce into law. Since then, we've been, relying on primarily the Black Caucus to do the right thing and introduce strong reparations legislation. This past legislative session, I was very open and honest in my critique about their package. I thought it was weak.
Some in your party, I know, were surprised to see your announcement last week on this. Just where have Republicans been on the conversation on reparations?
That's a really good question, Ashley, and I think maybe Republicans haven't done a great job on communicating on this issue. Now, in full transparency, there's a lot we don't agree on.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to be very clear. I don't support cash reparations because I don't believe California was the primary financial beneficiary of slavery. However, we are the party that fought to abolish slavery. We were founded to abolish slavery. We fought a civil war. Our first president was Lincoln. This is a natural constituency group for the Republican Party. And so this bill, again, is very narrow. It just creates a government system to have genealogy services so we can identify and have a class of Americans who are truly descendants of slaves.
I want to go back to you mentioning some members of the coalition being called MAGA and conservative for just simply questioning the members who block their own priorities. I mean, just your response to that.
Obviously, I consider that to be categorically false. It's even in slander and libel territory. I stand in strong support of Assemblyman Asaley's AB 1315. As former chairperson of the California Reparations Task Force, I am going to support any piece of legislation from any legislator that speaks directly to the task force's reports. I'm going to criticize, for instance, any legislator who introduces legislation that I think is, perverse or contrary to the task force's report.
I would just remind people, never pledge allegiance to a single political party, ever. I mean, Black Americans are not owned by the Democrat Party and they're not owned by the Republican Party, and both parties should be competing in a marketplace of ideas, and they're all free to support different bills from different sides of the aisle.
That was Ashley Zavala reporting. We did reach out to the Legislative Black Caucus for comment, but have not heard back.